Good morning, children. In the previous class, we have seen about the different body parts used by the different animals in taking the food. Now, and also we have covered the food chain. Now we are going to talk about the food web. Before that, once again we recall what I have covered in food chain. What is food chain? It's a link between plants and animals for the sake of food. Here, the food chain always starts with the producers and ends in carnivores, isn't it? See the diagram on the blackboard, ma? Grass, it's a producer. Why is a producer? Because plants produce the food by themselves. So they are called autotrophs. Since they prepare their food on their own, they are called as autotrophs, and as they produce their food by themselves by using the sunlight, air, water and mineral salts from the soil, they are called as producers. So by the process of photosynthesis, plants prepare their food by themselves. So they are called as producers. So next, grass is eaten by grasshopper. It's a herbivore. Here, in the food chain, one organism is depending on the other organism. Here, plants and animals are interlinked to one another for their food. So here you see here, the link between the plant and the animals are taken place here. So producers are eaten by the herbivores and herbivores are eaten by the carnivores. So snake is a carnivore. Here as an example given, grass is eaten by grasshopper, grasshopper is eaten by the snake. Several other examples also you can take here. Grass is eaten by cow, cow is eaten by lion. Similarly, grains. Grains are eaten by rats, rats are eaten by cats, cats are eaten by cat is eaten by dog, dog is eaten by tiger, if it's so. So further examples you can write also if it is a grain, yes. Grains are eaten by the rats. Rats are eaten by frogs. Frogs are eaten by snakes. Snakes are eaten by eagles. So the development of the food chain takes place from producers to higher carnivores. These producers are eaten by herbivores. That is, always the food chain starts from the producer and ends in higher carnivores. So I told you the description, that is the animal living organisms are divided into producers and consumers. Consumers, where they are divided into primary consumers and secondary consumers and tertiary consumers. Primary consumers, secondary consumers and tertiary consumers. Where primary consumers are the consumers which depend on only plants for their food. Whereas secondary consumers, they depend both on plants and animals for their food. Tertiary consumers, they depend on only animals for their food. In fact, all the food chains start from the producers and end in carnivores. But several food chains like this forms a food web. How is it so? I'll explain you now. So food web means several food chains, different organisms depend upon each different organism for their food. Or one organism depends on several organisms, or several organisms depend on only one organism for their food. For example, if you take the page number of your textbook, page number 40, there is a example given for you in the form of a box. Here you see rat, cat, lion, some of the animals' names are given. Note it down and form the food chain. Rat, cat, lion, grass, deer, fox, dog, tiger, hen, wolf, man, worms. So here if you see, you can form several food chains with these organisms. Simple food chain is rat is eaten by cat, cat is eaten by lion. Where rat eats the grains, isn't it? So here grass is there. So grass is eaten by deer, deer is eaten by fox, dog is eaten by tiger, man is eaten by tiger, hen is eaten by tiger, hen is eaten by fox, worms are eaten by hen, man is eaten by wolf, man is again eaten by the fox and the lion too. So here deer is eaten by the tiger, isn't it? Dog is eaten by the lion as well as the tiger, and the grass here, except deer, it's not available, isn't it? And again, rat is eaten by the wolf. So, fox is eaten by the lion. Hen is eaten by fox, worms are eaten by hen. Dog is eaten by wolf, and cat is eaten, rat is eaten by cat, cat is eaten by the dog. So like this, we can form several food chains. Several food chains form a food web. Several food chains form a food web. If you see these chains, it looks like a web, isn't it? So we can say that several food chains form a food web. Next, coming to the next topic about the beaks of birds. We see different birds in our surroundings. Their beaks are different. Why is it so? It's because the beaks are so arranged to suit their food habits. So the food habits of different birds are different. To suit their food habits, they also have the beaks in such a manner that they can take the food of their that is suitable to their beak. So beaks of birds. If you take a parrot, it has hooked beak. What does it eat? Type food habit is fruits and nuts. Is it clear, children? So, hooked beak. If it is a eagle, it also has the same type of hooked beak, but it has strong hooked beak. Strong hooked beak. Vultures, eagles, they all have strong hooked beak. It depends upon rotten food material, food habit. Dead and rotten food material. It's a natural scavenger, as you know, isn't it? Parrot, eagle, and also hen if you take. What does the hen eat? It is an omnivore. Parrot is a herbivore. Eagle is a carnivore. Hen is a omnivore. So, it has the short pointed beak. Short pointed beak. The type of food it takes is grains and worms or insects. You can write down. So here the name of the bird and here the type of the beak and the food habit you are going to write. Is it clear, children? Name of the bird, type of the beak and food habits. So that covers your different beaks of birds. So the birds have different types of beaks to suit their food habits. If you take a duck, I'll give us other examples. Duck. Duck, how does a duck takes its food? Where do you see these ducks? You see the ducks near the ponds, isn't it? In the ponds there are also several other organisms that you see like fish and whales and so on, isn't it? So the ducks is an omnivore. It eats the fishes in the water and also it has a combed beak, isn't it? Duck has combed beak which has teeth. So its teeth are used. Duck has combed beak. Its teeth are used to filter the water. To filter the water for food. Is it clear, children? It uses its teeth to filter the water for food. As the similar case of in the duck itself, if there is a fish which in the water, which lives in water itself, the habitat is same. Habitat means living place. Living place which suits them in best manner to live in that particular atmosphere, that is called as a habitat. Fish also, as the duck, it lives in water. Its mouth parts like its teeth help to filter the water for its teeth. Help to filter the water for food. Helps to filter the water for food. It's clear, children? That is about the different food habits of different organisms. Now, if you take the differences and similarities between some of the beaks of birds and so some of the birds, not only the beaks, the food habits of the different birds, and for example, we see. So, hen and duck, if you take them. First we'll see the similarities. What are the similarities in them? Both of them are birds. Hen is a bird. Duck is also a bird. Both are omnivores. Omnivores means both eat same type of food. That is both plants and animal food. Next, both uses beak to take the food. Both uses the beak to take the food. Fourth point, both has legs. Both has legs to walk. Here you see here, both has legs to walk. And but here the hen, another characteristic is both has legs to walk, both has beak, both are omnivores, both are birds. Whereas if you take the crow, I'll tell you, if you take the crow, see here. Here also the first 4 points that I covered will be equal to both of them. Both are birds, both are omnivores, both uses their beak for food, both has legs, both has wings to fly, isn't it? But has wings. Has wings to fly. But hen can fly only up to certain height. Fly only up to certain height. But it's a difference between them. So these are the so here yes, it's correct. These are the similarities. Now we'll write the differences. We'll write the differences. From these points, we take up the differences you see here. These are similarities. We have it. Here, it's an omnivore, isn't it? Hen is an omnivore, but it's not a natural scavenger. But crow is a natural scavenger, isn't it? In the similar manner, if you take beak, it uses its beak to pick the insects only and scratches the ground and eats the insects. But crows don't. Scratches the ground for food, isn't it? For food, crows don't. The type of beak differs. The type of beak also differs in crow and the hen. Type of beak is short pointed, isn't it? Here the type of beak is curved, slightly curved and pointed. Curved and strong, pointed. Curved and pointed, short pointed beak here. Next, fourth point if you take, has legs, wings and legs, isn't it? Has legs, but it can fly and wings. It can fly only up to certain height. Fly only up to certain height. Whereas they can fly high they can fly high into the air with the help of their wings, but hens don't. They can fly only up to certain height. Like this, you can find the differences between the hen and the crow. Okay, children? So you can extend the points like this. Their food habits, their group they belong to, the type of the beak they has. Like that you can write about the main points you can take and write the differences. The first, you should see the group to which they belong to. What is the mouth parts or the food, how they take in the food, that you have to see. Next, you have to see the food habits of them. What do they eat? Then you have to move to their movement or locomotion. Like this, you can write the differences about any organism that is given to you, whether it is a herbivore, omnivore, or a carnivore. Based on their groups to which it belongs to, we can write the differences to any animal that is given in your examination. The same pattern may be given or may not be given, but you should think what the animal to which it belongs to which group it belongs to, and write your answer as such. Next, we'll go to the next topic, that is about the different modes of getting the food. Okay, children, here you have seen the lizards on the wall, isn't it? You'll be seeing the lizards on the wall. Lizards on wall, spiders, all eat the same type of food. Is it clear? Where do you find a spider in a web? Yes. Hen. Where do you find hen in a garden? See about the names I am writing here. They all take the insects as their food. Is it clear? Lizards. They take the lizards, but the pattern of taking differs, and the body part that is used to take the food differs. Here lizards use the tongue to take the insects. Next, spider, they also eat insects, but the way that it takes the food, it differs. Is it clear, children? It picks up the insect when it attracts to its web, its sticky web. Is it clear? Next, hen. Hen in the garden picks the insects by scratching on the ground. It's the pattern or the habit that it develops while eating their food. When if you take the butterfly has a special organ in it to take the nectar from flowers. Butterfly normally takes the nectar from flowers. So, how does the butterfly take the nectar from flowers? Its body part is known as proboscis. Normally, the insects have this part at the front, two parts that comes out through its mouth, that they are called as proboscis. Through this body part, the butterfly normally take the food from the flowers. That is, the food of the butterfly is nectar. That we have covered. Okay, children, and you know about the nocturnal animals which take the food only in the night time. Okay, children. Next, coming to the animal colonies. Write down the beaks of birds. While writing the beaks of birds, you write the name. So, beaks of birds, while you are writing, draw the diagrams. Okay, ma? Draw the diagram. Name it. Thirdly, group, you write to which group it belongs to. Fourthly, you write its food habits. These are the things that you have to cover while after drawing the diagrams of birds. Is it clear, children? Next, coming to the animal colonies. Animal colonies, simply we can see that forming a group, moving the group to take in the food. Colony, being in a group, a sect of animals which move in a group to collect their food. Generally, the ants, you see, they move in a line, across the line, and also in a group they move to take in the food. The ants normally forms the animal colonies. They are called as animal colonies, forming a group in taking their food. So here the examples mainly we cover about the ants, elephants, zebra. These all move in the group. Giraffe, mostly they also sometimes they differ. They move lonely in the forest, but also some of, especially ants, elephants, zebra, normally they move in groups to collect their food. Ants, they form the different groups like soldier ants, worker ants, male and female. They're developing the male ants, female ants, where they are involved in reproduction part of the next generation. And the queen ants, like this, they are the ants, worker ants. They work for all the ants. They move and get the food. They are so as such the ants they keep a fungus, that is aphids. Name of the fungus, they keep the fungus named aphids for food. Like we keep the cows for milk, they keep a type of fungus called aphids for food. Is it clear, children? Did you understand? Next, elephants, they move along in the group to search in the search of food in the forest. And as such, the zebras also do the same. That completes your what do animals eat chapter, children. I hope you have understood well, and write all the points that I have covered till now. And next, I'll take up the question answers in this lesson. Okay, ma'am? All the best. Do well. Thank you.